On January 1st, 2025, I stepped on the scale and it registered a whopping 335.4 pounds. Needless to say, I was not happy with that number and spent the next 2 months, January and February, working hard to completely change my diet. The results were that in the course of 2 months, I lost 35 pounds. Today's video is a bit of a celebration of that fact as I attempt to answer the question, how does it feel to lose 35 pounds in 2 months? The answers to that question coming up in just a moment. So how does it feel to lose 35 pounds in 2 months? Or maybe I should say, how do I feel having lost 35 pounds in 2 months? Because how I feel is not necessarily how you would feel. I mean, the reality is, and I've said this often, that in order to lose a lot of weight in a short period of time, the first and possibly most important thing is that you have a lot of weight to lose. Starting out at 335 pounds and losing 35 of it means that I've lost essentially 10% of my body weight, a little more than 10%. But that's significant, and I don't want to downplay that in any way, shape, or form. And I definitely have some feelings about it. So to answer the question, how does it feel to lose 35 pounds in 2 months? Let me just give you a list of 10 thoughts that I have or 10 things that I have felt as a result of having lost that weight. Number one, the first thing I can say is that I felt relief. I was relieved to lose those 35 pounds. What do I mean by that? Well, I know it sounds strange, but seriously, I felt relieved. You see, things had gotten so bad and my weight had gotten so out of control that I really wasn't sure that I would be able to do it. I had tried to lose weight on a number of occasions previously. I would start a new diet, I'd be on it for 2 or 3 days and I would fall off. I would get frustrated, or I would do everything right, and yet when I would step on the scale, the number wouldn't go down. And so I had actually gotten to the point where I wasn't sure that as a 50-plus-year-old man, I would be able to lose a meaningful amount of weight, without something radical like surgery or some kind of medication to help me do it. And so, I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to lose the weight. So to lose 35 pounds in 2 months, I just immediately felt relieved that I was able to see that kind of progress. Number two, the second thing that I felt was I felt very rewarded. I felt like I had been given a prize almost by seeing that change on the scale and also seeing the relative change in my own physical appearance and in my body and in the ability to get into the clothes that had been hanging in my closet unworn for a very, very long time. I've got a lot of clothes hanging in my closet that I haven't worn for a long time. And after a 35-pound weight loss, I actually had to switch to a smaller belt. I didn't have to buy it. I already owned it because I used to wear a smaller belt back before I gained, enough weight to push me over 335 pounds. So I felt like I had been rewarded, that I had been given a prize of some kind. Seeing 35 pounds fade out of existence has just been a wonderful reward. Getting to wear those clothes again was a wonderful reward. This shirt that I'm wearing right now, I used to have to wear like a colored t-shirt under it and then just wear it open, right? Not because I thought it was stylish, but because I couldn't button it without my belly protruding. So having lost those 35 pounds, I feel like I've been given a reward, and that is just awesome. Number three, I felt encouraged. I felt like seeing those results made me more likely to keep on going so that I can see more results. So I felt very encouraged to continue. I'm not eagerly awaiting the opportunity to go back to eating the way that I used to eat. On the contrary, I'm actually eager to keep on eating these healthier foods and to continue to develop positive habits. Seeing that 35 pounds fade away, as I said before, has encouraged me to maintain the changes that I have started to make in my life. So number 3 is I felt encouraged. Number 4, I felt more at peace. Seriously, I felt peace. Having lost that weight in such a short time brought a tremendous amount of peace to my heart. You have to understand, over the last year, I've been diagnosed with some fairly serious health conditions if I allowed them to continue in the direction that they were going. I'd been diagnosed with hypertension. I'd been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I had even been diagnosed by my doctor at my most recent hospital stay, unfortunately, with stage 1 congestive heart failure. Now, whether or not that diagnosis is accurate is still awaiting a second opinion, but needless to say, this pressure of declining health, and what's more, the pressure of self-inflicted declining health, was really weighing on me. And so just knowing that I'm actually actively doing something to improve my health and to reverse the trend that I had been seeing before has brought a great deal of peace to my heart. So yeah, the 4th thing that I would say that I feel after having lost that weight in such a short time was I feel a lot of peace about it. Number 5, when I stepped on the scale and saw the number dip below 300, what I immediately felt was empowered. I felt empowered. Having accomplished a 35-pound weight loss, I am very confident that I can continue to make the changes and continue to lose the weight. I have another 65 pounds to go before I reach my goal of 100 pounds this year. Will I stop there? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what my body is doing at that point in time. But the reality is, I am 35 pounds closer to my goal of losing 100 pounds in 2025, which is the reason that this channel is named what it is, Losing It 2025, because I'm losing 100 pounds in 2025. That is my goal. And having lost 35 of that, I feel empowered to continue to work towards that goal. The 6th thing I would say that I felt is actually one of the things that actually helped me to lose the weight in the first place. And that is, I feel supported. My friends, my family, my church family, and especially my wife, who also happens to be low-key my live-in health coach. She's actually got her certification in health and wellness. And so she's been giving me advice and counsel and listening to me bounce ideas off of her. Having a live-in personal health coach has definitely helped. And so I have felt all along and continue to feel, and feel even more now that I've actually accomplished this first stage of my goal of getting under 300 pounds. I feel so very supported. I feel so very supported. I'm very supportive. I'm supportive of you. No, I feel very supported. I especially feel supported by those of you who have followed this channel and actually take the time to comment and interact with the videos. All of the support and encouragement have been incredibly helpful to me as I've worked to make the changes that are now beginning to bear fruit in my weight loss journey. So thank you. Number 7, I have felt and continue to feel very well informed, very educated, and actually inspired. I feel inspired. You say, well, didn't you feel inspired before? Well, yeah, but now that there's some proof in the pudding, right? Now, the actual saying is the proof of the pudding is in the eating, but I'm not going to be eating any pudding unless it's chia seed pudding, in which case, bring it. That's some good stuff. But the point that I'm trying to make is I feel inspired, I feel educated, and I feel informed by the incredible resources that are available and that I have availed myself of through reading, through listening to audiobooks, and watching YouTube videos. Authors and creators and gurus like Dr. Michael Greger, the author of How Not to Die and How Not to Diet, both of which I've read, and the creator and founder of nutritionfacts.org, which is an incredible resource. YouTubers like Crocs in the Kitchen, Plant Fit Meg, Sawstatch, Alyssa MacFriend, Chelsea May, Coach Viva. I love your videos. If you're watching this, Coach Viva, and all of the others I just mentioned, thank you so much for making the content that you have been making. It has been such an encouragement to me. Even Wheezy Waiter had some videos that really were encouraging in my health journey. So Wheezy, thank you very much. I too love it when the coffee is done. So the bottom line is all of the resources that have been available, and I've only mentioned a few of them. There are actually many others that I've watched and continue to watch and continue to learn from. Honestly, I've learned so much from these creators, and I snack on their videos on a regular basis. Pun totally intended. So how do I feel having lost 35 pounds in 2 months? I feel inspired by the great resources that have been made available to me by those of you who are making content and sharing it online. So thank you so much for your content. Number 8, another feeling that I have experienced upon losing 35 pounds in 2 months is vindication. Yes, I feel vindicated. There are so many critics out there who are so quick to suggest that a plant-based diet is a terrible idea. That, you'd be a lot healthier if you'd add a little dairy or a little meat. You know what? No. I feel vindicated. If not just for the numbers on the scales, check out these numbers. I'm going to edit in a little slide. Here it comes. Do you see that? Do you see those numbers? On January 1st, when I first started this plan, my fasting blood glucose was 149. And it had actually been higher on previous days, but 149. But at the end of February, on March 1st, when I tested my blood sugar that morning, it was 109. And that's around where it's been running, is in those 109, 111, 110, in that range. I have seen a relative drop in my fasting blood glucose level of 40 points. So listen, friends, the numbers validate and vindicate this whole food plant-based approach for me. Now, maybe that's not the approach for you. I get it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But for me, whole food plant-based has been the way to go, and I feel vindicated by this weight loss. Number 9, one of the best things that I have felt as I have gone on this weight loss journey is I have felt satiated. I have felt satisfied. I feel satisfied with the progress that I've made, and I feel satisfied with the foods that I have been eating. I find that I am very satisfied with the amount and the variety and the flavorfulness and the textures and the colors and the vitamins and the nutrition and all of the things of the foods that I've been eating. I don't feel deprived at all. Now, I will say that eating out is easy if I get to pick the place, but there is that complication. If I'm eating out with friends or family at a predetermined restaurant, it can be a little bit difficult. I mean, I live in Texas and folks here like their barbecue. Heck, I love barbecue. I like barbecue. But in spite of this, for the most part, I feel very satisfied with the foods that I am able to enjoy both at home and when I go out to eat on a regular basis. So number 9, I feel satisfied. Number 10, last of all, this is the last one for today. Of course, maybe not the last one, but it's the last numbered one. Number 10 is I feel grateful. I feel so very grateful. I'm grateful, first of all, to God because He has answered and is answering my prayer. Now, you might say, what was your prayer? That you would lose weight? No, that wasn't my prayer. That isn't the prayer that He's answered, though I am losing weight, and that is an answer to prayer for sure, but that's not the prayer that I'm talking about. Some time ago, I realized that I needed to make some significant changes in my life. But I also recognized that the foods that I enjoyed so much were very often bad for me. And that the foods that were good for me, I neither knew how to prepare correctly, nor did I enjoy them. I didn't like them. And so I prayed and I asked the Lord for His help. Specifically, I prayed this: Lord, please help me to learn to like the things that are good for me. Again, Lord, please help me to like the things or to learn to like the things that are good for me. I recognize that if I was going to change my life, if I was going to see a consistent and a significant change in my diet, I first needed to change my attitude towards the foods that would help me to experience the health and the weight loss that I needed to see. And you know what? I am happy to say, blessed to say, grateful to say that God has answered my prayers. As I sit here recording this video today, I can honestly say that chickpeas, garbanzo beans of all things, that chickpeas are one of my favorite foods. I like them in salads. I like them hot. I like them roasted in the oven until they're nice and crispy, seasoned with all kinds of different things. I love them ground up in hummus. I like to add them to all kinds of different things or just to eat them by themselves. Chickpeas are fantastic. Not just chickpeas, but lentils. Lentils are awesome. I am so thrilled with lentils. Edamame is fantastic. The list goes on and on. Kale. I think I need more prayer for kale. I'm sorry. I can do frozen mustard greens in my smoothies, and I like that. But yeah, I'm going to need to pray a little bit more about kale. So there you have it. Those are the 10 things that I feel after having lost 35 pounds in 2 months. So what are they? I feel relieved. I feel rewarded. I feel encouraged. I feel at peace. I feel empowered. I feel supported. I feel informed and inspired. I feel vindicated. I feel satisfied. And most of all, I feel grateful. But you know what? There are a few other things I feel too. I feel more rested. I'm sleeping better. I feel much more energized. I feel a lot less lethargic than I used to. I feel lighter. I actually feel lighter than I am. I mean, I still weigh almost 300 pounds, and at 6'1", that's a lot of weight. I still have a long way to go, but I feel lighter. I guess because compared to 335, I am lighter. I feel less bloated and less swollen. I suppose I also feel a little proud of myself for having stuck with my diet so faithfully for the last couple of months. And I suppose most of all, I feel optimistic about the future of my weight loss journey, about the future of my health, and, maybe about the future of this channel. I feel optimistic. So thank you for taking a moment to celebrate with me the fact that I've lost 35 pounds in just 2 months. I keep saying that over and over and over again. I really like the sound of it. I lost 35 pounds in 2 months. Did you know I lost 35 pounds in 2 months? Hey, I lost 35 pounds in 2 months. Did you really? So yeah, there's nobody else in the room. I'm literally talking to myself or to you. I'm talking to you. I lost 35 pounds in 2 months. That's awesome. Thanks. It is. Yeah, it's awesome. So anyway, thanks for tuning in today. Thank you for liking the video, for subscribing to the channel, for commenting and sharing your thoughts with me. Thank you for all those things. And if you didn't do them, thank you for just being you. Have a blessed day.